Well, of course, there's always one more thing to do when we're working on these cars. I have my dyno appointment in about 10-12 hours from now. And so I'm gonna do the Z1 Motorsports plenum spacer because it does give a great boost of power to these VQs for a very small amount of money. So now that I got this intake and everything on here, gotta rip that off, pull the intake manifold off, throw the spacer on, bolt it back down, no problem. So this is a machine piece of aluminum from one big block, and if you look at it closely, you actually see that one side is thinner than the other. So what that does is it gets equal airflow to the front and rear cylinders, and it levels out this upper intake manifold just that little bit. So you can see this is really thin, and all the ports have to come in through the throttle body, down and around and into the actual ports into each cylinder. So this equals out the airflow a little bit after some of these teams have done dyno testing and figured out that the front cylinders are working a little too hard. So given that little extra 1/8 of an inch or so, looks like, on the front cylinders, evens it out and gets the power all the way even across the board. Just got the Specialty Z. These guys are awesome at tuning the 350 and 370Zs and of course the G platforms. And on this thing, even though it runs a stock ECU, you can still get a lot of great gains out of just retuning it, especially when you put a couple bolt-ons on. So for NA, there's not too much you can do, and the Nissans actually have a really good adjustable timing in the factory computer. So all he's doing is really smoothing that out, smoothing out the air fuels, picking up those mid-range gains, which is where a lot of people fall short. They just look for the peak number. We're trying to get the most power out of the car for the entire duration of the RPM band. Pretty consistent. We are just rock solid 259, 258.8, whatever you want to call that. Same thing, 232.7, so it's great. Power numbers, as you can see from the red line, that was the original. By original, I don't mean stock, I mean just from the initial base settings with the Nissan computer trying to adjust for it, and then Sebastian coming in here and just bringing this line up all the way up through this mid-range. So, and of course, some gains up top as well. Torque numbers are up, the horsepower numbers are up, so it's a full win-win, and we know the car is running 100%, so now we can go beat the crap out of it with no worries.
The hardest part about this is it's windy out today, and also clear. You can't see any spots that you missed, so hopefully you just lay it on evenly and you hit everything. So I got some new parts to freshen this baby up. Big thanks to Sam's Autoland. 2 new front fenders, an updated front bumper, and a hood. Up nice. All right, huge thanks to Sam's Autoland and Toyota. We got a brand new front end, updated headlights, updated tail lights, fresh paint on the hood, fenders, front bumper, and this thing doesn't look like it came out of a junkyard anymore. So I actually have a lot more motivation to finish this thing. All I needed was a little tune-up, dude. Little facelift. I'm stoked, man. This thing's coming out good now.
is it, dude. End of the year. 2018
We're
is
done.
a wrap.
It's
a wrap.
stamped.
Yeah. In the end, it's a great freaking season. Both of us finished in the top 6. Only 4 other guys out here finished up there with us. So, not bad.
Not too bad, dude.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
No overall trophies, but just on the outside.
And we bettered our positions from last year.
Absolutely. By a long shot. By a landslide. Yeah.
So that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
The empty season is over, kind of, but not always, because now we have to rebuild cars.
We got to rebuild these cars, these race cars, and we got to finish these 25K builds.
Yeah.
We still got to do that.
But forget all that, because I'm going on vacation, so I'll see you guys in like a week.
Geez. All right. Well, I guess I'll just keep working on these cars then. Sounds about right.
All right, well, that's done. What's up, guys? We're here at the Petersen Automotive Museum for this week's Advanced Auto Parts Detour. This place is only, I think, a mile from the race service shop, and it's just a great place to go and check out old, historic, cool race cars. They have different exhibits that come in and out of here, like they had a lowrider exhibit earlier this year that was really rad. The exhibit that I'm looking forward to see is the Japanese-American tuning exhibit. I heard they got like Steph Papadakis' old drag race car in there. And it's just a welcome detour for us to get out of the shop and go get some inspiration. We just walked down into the Japanese-American tuner scene, and first car I see is a Steph Papadakis import drag racing car. This is actually a little bit before my time in the cars, I guess 1998, and it's got a 2.2 liter inline 4 making only 650 horsepower, but back then I guess that was a ton of power. So yeah, this is just cool to see. You know, Steph's owner of the Papadakis racing team and somebody that I compete against in Formula Drift, so it's just rad seeing what he has kind of come from as a driver and what he's done with Freddie Osbo winning a championship a couple years ago and into this. Yep. Oh, this stuff is so wild. So wild. That was pretty rad. We got to check out a bunch of cars, some that you guys didn't get to see, but this thing behind me right here is one of the first videos that I've ever watched of this car ripping around the Nürburgring with a helicopter shooting from the sky and it drifting around the majority of the turns there. So this thing is huge in my mind as far as inspiration from when I first got into cars. Toyota Cresta, done up, full race car spec. Well, we had our homie Dominic from Dominant Engineering in town. He replaced the silicone couplers on the Tuerck street car here with these vibrant HD clamps. Now these are weld on. It's kind of like a V-band, and then it's kind of connected with this outer piece, and it's really rad. There's a slip joint right here and 2 O-rings underneath, and it just keeps everything nice and sealed up. And it's pretty convenient to take apart when you need to, and it dresses up the engine bay, so it looks a lot nicer too. On this episode's product spotlight, we have the leader in wiper blade technology, Rain-X, who is now introducing a brand new wiper blade, the Silicone Advantage wiper blade. So what makes a silicone blade great is that it's not regular rubber, it's silicone rubber, which lasts twice as long. It doesn't dry out in the hot California sun, and it also doesn't deteriorate on your windshield. For everybody that lives in the north, the silicone actually doesn't crack or freeze either. It's super pliable, even in extreme weather conditions. It's not something I have to worry about here in California, but back in New Hampshire, that was definitely something that we dealt with. Are you ready? Oh yeah, there we go. It's coming down hard, dude. That is a good wipe. actually not even sitting on a seat right now, and I just put the steering wheel on so we can move the car around. I just got finished putting the interior back together. Try to take my time so that I could still have working air, working radio, lights, blinkers, all that stuff. And next we're gonna do Momo wheel, obviously get the shifter on, Takata seats and harnesses, the 1552 wheels and necks and tires. And after that, we are pretty much ready to rock. So we'll be going to the desert pretty soon. Thank you guys for watching Blackout. As always, we appreciate all the support. Leave your comments below. And next episode, we should be doing some burnouts in front of the race service shop here. So be ready for that. Don't tell the boss, though. He might get pissed. Where is he?